Good evening, everybody. Good Friday night. Hope everybody had a good week. Hey there. Oops. So today is my end of my weekend, and my Monday starts tomorrow, bright and early. Actually, dark and early, but I have to adjust my sleeping habits to be able to get up that early. Anyway, oh, okay. Born and raised. Yes, this was bad. So I wanted to post this because I know what's her face was again talking about it today as if she were there. Still pisses me off that the way she discusses it. And it pissed me off the way she discussed it right after it happened, right after the event. I swear it was the next day when she was already calling people out, telling them how they should have done their jobs. And obviously there were things that did not go right, and things that people should have done and didn't do. And everybody will be dealt with, and those things will come up. But it's easy to sit back, analyze everything the day after. It's called Monday morning quarterback, right? Or what do they say? Hindsight is 2020. Like, yeah, anybody can do that. Anybody, you can go back at the event of your own life. And, I should have done this. I should have done that. And everyone can do that. And if you're going to go by that, then yeah, everybody's correct for the most part. You can't go by that. And you can speculate all you want in it, but these people, these officers, they're human also, and they were under the impression that they were going to be going up against some high-powered ammunition, which they had nothing comparable to fight back with. But anyway, Bam and I are in this video, and this was when the video was released by the Department of Justice. And this was video footage from security cameras across the street and then inside the school. So if you haven't seen this before, it is it's tough to listen to. You don't see any of the actual tragedy that went on in that room, thank God. But you hear the sounds, and it could be distressing to some. But I think Bam and I did we followed the timeline, and I've always been. I said this from the beginning when I first saw the timeline. I was like, you know what? All the damage was done by by the time the first officers arrived, I will say most of the damage had been done already. And by damage, you know what I mean, lives were already taken. And could there have been a few that were clinging to life and possibly could have been rescued? That's possible, but we really never know. So Bam and I take you watch the timeline and we kind of analyze it here and there, and I think we did a pretty good job of it. But if you haven't seen it, those events of that day, and this is what we're going to be watching here. I had to rebroadcast a YouTube feed because I don't know what happened. I thought I had it on Facebook, but I can't find it on my Facebook. So I'll be streaming here on Facebook now. And I'll be in the comments. And, feel free to discuss. Following this, Vanessa made some horrible statements and criticisms and insulting people that were deceased. You can remember she insulted someone who was actually one of the few people who was deceased. And she did, of course, she didn't have her facts straight. So she was insulting someone who was deceased. Did she apologize after a few days? I think so. I don't even think they got alligator tears even. I can't remember. To be honest, I can't remember. Of course, I want to be cynical and say, well, of course not. She didn't apologize. If she did, I wouldn't care for it anyway. Yeah, and she spoke very badly of officers who arrived on the scene. And it was just very disgusting how she handled the whole thing. You swear the way she spoke about it, you think that she was there. And we all know she wasn't. So anyway, without further ado, let me start the video. And again, it is it's a warning, graphic content, mostly sounds and not all nice to listen to, and I'm not going to display it, for that reason. It's nice to listen to because it's not. But sometimes you just have to know what happens. Hey, Michael Nate, welcome from New York. Thanks for being here. Again, a lot of you have not seen this. Maybe some of you have, obviously, but many haven't. And so again, it's Bam and I reacting to the video footage that was released by the Department of Justice. This was back in July of 2022. And so we brought up a lot of good points, and we had a lot of things to say about it. And so let me get this thing started for you guys. It is the whole video. The video itself is, I can't remember, just over an hour maybe, the actual footage. And then, what Bam and I had to bring the whole video, this entire video was about 2 hours and 15 or 19 minutes, something like that. So, again, if you're very sensitive to the sounds of, gunshots and that kind of thing, just view or listen to at your own discretion. And here we go. All right, it's playing. I had to put that warning. I'll leave that there for a little bit. Okay, there we get life, signs of life in the room. Let me scroll past this just a little bit. All righty. How you doing, Bam?
Hey, how are you?
So last night I took what I call a mental health break from our two little friends.
Sometimes we need those. I used to take them from work quite a bit.
Yeah, they are much needed. And
They
then let me go and share this thing real quick.
You know, when I lived in Cincinnati and I had to be at work at like 2:00 in the morning, and some days, I'd just wake up, I'd go to bed at like 5:30, 6:00 at night.
Yeah.
And get up at midnight to be at work by 2. And some days I'd wake up and I'd be like, God, I don't want to go to work. I just want to drink. So I'd make myself a drink and I'd call my boss, who would just be going to bed. And I'm like, yeah, just to let you know, you're going to have to go in because I'm taking a mental health day. And he'd be going, have you had a drink yet? I'd be like, yep. He goes, you son of a Jew. I'd be like, well, that's where you make the big money and I make the little money.
That was always a trick, wasn't it? Get off work quick, have a drink, and then they can't call you back to work because you had a drink.
Exactly.
How's everyone this evening?
How we doing?
Quick roll call. Isabel. Hope. Welcome, Hope.
Hi, Hope. Hi, Isabel.
Jessica LeBlue. Christy's in the house.
In the hizzy.
Sylvia, Jennifer. And this is part of the beginning process to migrate into everything, all the live programs into YouTube. Less to worry about as far as, being careful about certain kind of content. And I don't need to get any more strikes against me on Facebook.
You have absolutely no sense of adventure.
Yeah, a little bit. So, hey, Jay Villa. Unless you say Villa, I say Villa. Welcome, new subscriber. Alban, welcome. And so the video came out recently, the Inside the School video, what happened at Uvalde. And it's, I know it's been out since, I think, Sunday or Monday.
I think it came out Monday.
Yeah. And I couldn't watch it. I didn't want to watch it. And I mean, it's graphic in that you can hear the sound. It's all the audio is there, right? But you're not going to see any, little kids getting shot or anything like that. I wouldn't show that. But it's upsetting, and it can be upsetting just listening to it. I've had a few people tell me already they couldn't first couple of minutes, and they're bawling their eyes out.
Well, and it premiered on ABC News last night. I think it was. Was it last night or Tuesday night? I can't remember which night I seen it. And they were talking about how they got it, and it was leaked to them. And a lot of the parents don't want to watch it, and I don't blame them at all. I wouldn't want to watch it. I wouldn't want to listen to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I mean, they're better off not knowing. I mean, what they know is already bad enough. They're better off not knowing or listening to any of this, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know for a fact if I was ever in this unfortunate situation, I would not want any part of that.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't deny the public either. I'd be, hey, you should know what happened.
Yeah, if you have stomach of a cast iron stomach and nerves of steel, then it's probably okay for you to watch. But if you have a weak stomach and you don't deal well with this type of situation, then I wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah. So if you're going to share this and telling your friends about it or family, whatever, it's graphic in terms of just watching the situation unfold, but there's no
gore.
Yeah. Gore is probably a good word for it. And because if there was, I would not show that anyway. So, but I can understand how it can still be upsetting. So It's roughly an hour and 22 minutes from beginning to end. And we're just going to play it, and we'll try not to. You can't hear a lot of talking. So if we do some commentary over it, I'm not too worried about it. But I will say the gunshots are pretty loud. So let me pop this up here. All right. I guess we're ready for this. All right, here we go. So this is the funeral home footage. And the school is across the street. You see where the truck crashed up here?
Yeah, that's the shooter's truck that crashes right there.
And then the school is over here, if I'm not mistaken. I
think you're right.
So this part here is not going to have any sound. It's when they get into the hallway of the school itself. So these two come out, and I believe they're shot at.
From the news that I watched, they said that they were shot at because they went to try to help the gentleman.
Right.
I call him a gentleman. I use the term loosely.
Yeah, the freaking bastard.
That works.
No, there's one shot, boom, and there's another shot.
And then we run, which, yeah.
He didn't get hit. He just tripped, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, from my understanding, they were not hit at all.
So he's still down there fidgeting with the car, and then there he goes. Now he's walking across.
And I think at this point, the two funeral gentlemen there have called 911.
Yeah. All right. This coverage will cut to. There he is. He's like right here. See him?
Yeah. Yeah, I see something moving there.
Yeah, they put the arrow there. Okay, good.
You know, this is the school, if I think.
I thought it was a funeral home, a different camera.
This is still the funeral home.
Yeah, they have a camera in the back. Dang, man, he had a long way to walk. It's too bad somehow they couldn't be alerted or something. They had.
Yeah, and I mean, he's just taking a sweet time walking across the field there. He is in no hurry.
Okay, yeah, this is a third camera from the funeral home also. So he stops here behind this parked car, maybe to continue with audio only, with audio from the elementary school. Okay.
Yeah, teacher's yelling at a kid to get in the room. And those are gunshots.
Yeah. So all those shots, he was outside shooting at the school. Now he's inside.
Watch this corner down here. You're going to see a kid. There's the kid. And those were gunshots. I mean, with all the gunshots that he shot, it's a miracle that he only hit 19.
Yeah.
And that right there was just over 30 shots. Cops are finally here.
So my whole thing was, and I think I'm correct, we'll find out, but most of his the damage that he did happened up until this point, before they even got there.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's possible. You know, that's when they realize that they are outgunned.
Well, dude, right there in the center's got a long gun. There's two long guns there.
So what they're doing right there is kind of expecting him to come out into the hallway so they can take a shot, and they're kind of set up for it.
Yeah, they're doing that, but I think more or less they're scared.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no expert, but sorry, man, that's your. If I'm a police officer and I hear gunshots, you got to run to it.
Yeah, I mean,
try to stop
these guys ran from it instead of to it.
I want to pause it right here for a minute. Hey, everyone, welcome who's just joining us. We're playing the Uvalde school shooting, the hallway footage from inside. And they showed the footage of the car. The pickup truck he was driving, and it wrecked in that, what do you call it? The pit,
A field, a ditch.
A ditch. And then two gentlemen from the funeral home went to go and help the accident. And then they were shot at, so they ran back to the funeral home, presumably to call the police. The shooter walked across the entire field, and then from the parking lot, he started shooting at the school. And you could hear the audio from this audio of teachers telling their kids to go back into the classroom and go back into the classroom. And then you see the shooter walk in. Doors are open. He just pulled it and walked in. That's what I saw, right? Am I wrong? That's what I saw.
That's pretty much what you saw. And I believe at this point we have 5, possibly 6 officers on site right now.
Yeah. And the one thing I've been saying from the very beginning, and I haven't commented a lot on it because I don't have all the facts. I didn't know what all the details were. I mean, I know some people were out there saying they knew what happened, and they were trying to tell the world, oh, they should have done this or they should have done that. I still don't know that yet. All I know is that the shooter went in and started shooting, a lot of shooting, and then once the officer showed up, even though there was some shooting, but it was only a few shots. Pretty much that's when the shooting stopped. So my theory is that the shooter caused all the damage to life in those few minutes before the police even got there. I truly believe that. So now we have didn't one officer run down there, or did he come back already?
He came back.
Okay, he come back. And when the shooter was up here in this area, the shooter came in from here, made the turn, walked up this way. When he was about here, this little kid to the left of the screen, this corner where this officer is kneeling, he came out and he looked around the corner. And when the shooter started firing, the kid ran back over here. And I don't know what is over here, but he ran back over here.
I would assume another classroom.
And then that's when you hear the barrage of just the the reports, and it just seems like it's nonstop. Finally, minutes later, the police arrive, and then they're trying to figure out what they're up against. They all went forward, and then the shooter started shooting apparently at them, and then they all retreated. And you can tell it's like, yeah, we're outgunned. So I get it. It's fear, and of course they don't want to die. But my thing is, man, that's your job. There's little kids right there, and
Yeah,
that's a tough.
Sorry to say, you're kind of getting paid to put your life on the line here.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. Just wanted to get everybody up to speed. So now it's 11 minutes into this, starting from when the car crashed outside. Now I'm looking at this cop here on the left, and he's looking at this cop rearrange his vest, or maybe, put it on again, fasten it. And I almost, it looks like this guy is waiting on this guy to like, are we going to go? Are we staying? Or what are you going to do?
Yeah, it kind of looked like, well, what are we going to do? What's our action plan here?
Right here, if you want to watch that, watch the officer here in the bottom left corner. Okay, now we got another officer who just pulled up, plain clothes.
No, he was originally with these guys.
Was he in? Okay, then they all scattered when they. Okay. That was another shot you heard. I'm not going to be one to criticize or anything, because I can't even imagine what that's like to be in a position like that. But I think as this officer was taking criticism on the photograph that they showed, or the video clip of him looking at his phone. And I think his wife is a teacher in that school. And that's why he kept looking for messages or waiting to hear back from her. And then there was another officer, maybe it was him, who had the, what is that skull logo?
Punisher.
The Punisher on his
skull
screensaver.
with the three line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Punisher.
And, people were cracking jokes. That, oh, yeah, big tough guy, but not exactly.
Well, I mean, this is a situation where everybody's nerves are going to be like rattled, and your adrenaline is pumping, and you're scared, and you got so many emotions going on. It's hard to control them all. I mean, it's easy for me to sit back and say, hey, dude, you're paid to put your life on the line, do your job. But, sitting here thinking and seeing what the hell's going on, it's like, what the hell would I do if I was in their position? Okay, now we got some more cups here.
All right, now that's a much bigger gun this guy's got.
Yeah, he just got here because he wasn't there to begin with.
Okay, so we're what are we? 16 minutes into this. 16 if you take away the couple minutes outside. I don't know. Let's say 12 minutes into this thing. At some point, I imagine the SWAT team was contacted. I mean, I don't know how long that all takes. I'm not trying to say what's taking so long.
No idea. I know it. And everybody knows when you're waiting, 5 minutes feels like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And for these kids to wait, what was it, 53 minutes, 55 minutes?
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, that had to feel like months to these people.
Yeah, Isabel, sorry, I didn't see your message earlier. The whole video is an hour and 22 minutes. So just a little over an hour left.
I mean, the emotional scars this has had to leave on the survivors has just got to be unreal.
I mean, I know they don't have the tactical equipment, the protection, or whatever, but I mean, at this point, fine, he stopped shooting, but you know what? There could be kids bleeding out, people that are shot that are not, that were not that their life was not terminated by the gunshot, but they're bleeding, and maybe they could have been rescued.
Right. And, nobody's gone down this hallway in a while. The last shot that the shooter shot, he could have taken his own life for all we know. And yet we're still sitting here hanging out.
All right, so it looks like another team of law enforcement are on the other end of the hallway.
Yeah, I thought I seen some movement down there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. If I'm a police officer, I'm shaking my head. You know what? I have to go. That's the job. That's what I signed up for when I decided to be a police officer. I have to go in there. And I mean, I know they're trying to protect themselves, but I mean, they're not even, they're way back there even.
Yeah, I think the door that the shooter's in is past the hallway door there, and then on the left there's some like red things, and I think it's that black door right there.
Yeah, this is a shadow from. This is the hallway that goes right in there. That darkness is the wall of the hallway as soon as you turn left. So like where the floor is dark here.
Yep.
That's where the hallway is right there. And that's where he went into.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I didn't have the audio too loud because there's a lot of chatter, but you can't really hear what they're saying. But the shooting stopped. You heard that? They haven't heard a shot in a few minutes already. So, okay, so for somebody to say, wow, he was shooting everybody up for an hour and 20 minutes, that's not what happened.
No, that's a false claim.
I mean, later, I'm going to time it from the time he opened the door and listen to all the shooting and everything and see how long that was. That's when everything happened, before police even got there. So at this point, you got law enforcement right here, right? And on the other end over there. So doesn't that create a kind of a friendly fire situation? I mean, if the shooter were to come out and just stand here in the middle, police, they're going to shoot each other.
Yeah, unless if one of them says, hey, South Side's going to shoot, North Side take cover, or vice versa. or east or west or whatever it is. But yeah, you're right. I mean, they would end up, somebody get caught. Well, the shooter get caught in the crossfire, and hopefully nobody else would get shot.
Okay, they're entering on the other end now.
Yeah, you can see some tiny little ants moving around down there.
Here's the Border Patrol. On the lower right, they just entered.
Yeah, and wasn't it a Border Patrol that actually killed the shooter?
That's what the word is, yeah. Border Patrol. BTAC or something like that. BPTAC. I don't know, man. I mean, the word is that they were waiting for permission to shoot or permission to go forward. There, okay, you got a shield. Now somebody take it and freaking go. The word is that they were waiting for permission and they did not get authorization. That's why nobody went forward, allegedly. There's that word again, allegedly.
Yeah, this was handled completely wrong. And they even said that it was handled wrong.
That's the word the term I was looking for was crossfire. It's like they're going to shoot each other. Hopefully they would communicate and say, yeah, if something happens, you guys go first or whatever, you know. I don't know, man. All right. Can y'all hear me now? This was my mistake. I apologize. Now I think you got me. Testing 1, 2, testing. I think I know why. Okay. What I was saying was that I think I want to believe that these guys thought that the kids were safe, maybe hiding out in one of the rooms or something like that. And I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Because what other possible reason can you have 10, 15, 20 law enforcement officers there and nobody's storming the room? Nobody's going forward. Yeah, I just paused it so we can discuss. This is a rebroadcast from last year, July 13th of 2022. Yeah. And there was some talk about somebody ordered them to stand down and wait. Wait for what? I don't know. Who that was, I'm not sure. I paused it because I don't want to speak over when Bam and I were speaking. That's why I paused it. So anyway, that's a lot of. I think a final report. I don't even know if it's out yet or not completed yet. But I would like to see what they think in that report. But the more and more that I watch these guys standing there with just guns pointed down the hall, and I don't want to disparage any law enforcement, but some of these guys, we take a lot of them to be, tough guy. You want to be a cop, you got a gun, you're a badass, but and I hate to say that too, but it just seems I keep looking at the dude on the left, the guy on the left there with the long gun. And then this guy over here, he's got a shield he can take with him. I know the shields are heavy, but I don't know. Yeah, it's frustrating. There had to be a way. All right, let's go back to the video. A bunch of children with their lives at stake. Shield or no shield, 2 or 3 guys go up there, and somebody's going to get shot, but 3 against 1, you got a better chance of taking them down. Well, my humble opinion, not a tactical opinion from a civilian.
I don't know for sure. I've never been shot, but I'm sure it doesn't feel good. But I mean, and these guys are wearing Kevlar and all this other body armor, and yeah, even if you get shot wearing Kevlar, I hear that it doesn't feel good and it leaves bruises.
Yeah, they say it hurts. It's like getting struck with a hammer at high velocity.
Yeah. But it's still your job, and you're going to survive unless you get a headshot. I mean, all your vital organs are covered.
I mean, it's almost like, what the F are you waiting for? It's like, what the?
Well, exactly. And then finally, the one border patrol guy, if that's who actually did it, I mean, at least he grew some cojones and actually did what needed to be done. Or if he's not there yet, I think he's not here yet. I think that's what it is. It's like this guy off to the right here. It's like he's having a coffee hour or something.
Man, epic failure, bro. I don't know. I don't know if it was a jurisdiction question or why didn't just somebody go? I mean, somebody said, "Hey, what are we doing here?"
Look at these two down here by those right side, by the green paint. So you got the one cop on his knees and the other one right behind him with another long arm or long gun. Yeah. So, I mean, if the guy behind him happens to fire his gun, the cop on his knees is going to be deaf.
Oh, yeah.
For quite a while.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not a proper positioning for
Oh, I'm pretty sure too.
for and set up like that. Okay, so we're 29 minutes in, minus the, let's say, 4 minutes that he took from crashing the car to walking across the parking lot and all that. So about 25 minutes. So I swear I heard somebody say the kids don't want to come out. And you know the other I don't know if you guys caught that or not. I heard one of them saying that in that weird distorted chatter, the kids don't want to come out. See, and that goes to what my thinking is, that they think the kids are all safe hiding out somewhere, that the teachers are protecting them somewhere and locked up in some room. I think that is why they believe. That's why I believe maybe they didn't storm the room. Bad part about all this, this is supposed to be, Texas. Guys love their guns. The people here will do anything to protect kids, and this just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
If this happened in, I don't know, anywhere else, but it's like Texas. It's like everybody's supposed to be gung ho, and hey, let's put a stop to this immediately. What's going on with that room there?
Well, they're knocking on the door trying to see if anybody's in there. I'm wondering if they're thinking maybe if we go through this room, we might be able to get down. There might be another exit down there at that hallway. I don't know for sure, but that's what I'd be thinking.
Oh, there was somebody in there hiding out. Teacher, probably, or something. Nope, I guess there's no other exit. Somebody's asking, what are your thoughts on concealed carry?
Well, I have a concealed carry.
I think, it's been talked about before, arming teachers or allowing them to be armed if they want to. I definitely don't think you need a whole entire school full of armed teachers.
No, I don't think every teacher in every classroom needs a firearm.
Yeah, you can ask it. Does anybody want to volunteer? Are they trained and they want to volunteer? Thank you so much. God bless. But
I think it's a great idea if they want to do it. More power to them.
in this kind of situation where the guy's got an AR-15 style, I don't know, they'd have much success to defend,
Well,
but
no, and that's just it, because a lot of these shooter guys that are coming in and doing this, they have body armor on too, just like the cops do.
yeah,
So, a teacher's going to have a 9mm, probably, most likely a 9mm. Maybe some, the stronger gentlemen would have a 45. But, that's not going to do anything against body armor. I mean, the only way you're going to be able to subdue a shooter like that is a headshot.
yeah. I don't know if the gentlemen at the funeral home, when they came out, I mean, imagine if they were armed and they were able to return fire, and they might have trapped the guy in that ditch by his car,
Yeah. So, I mean, if the teacher had a firearm in this situation and she or he pulled it, I mean, it may have just pissed the shooter off even more. And instead of killing 19, maybe would have killed 50.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too. I don't know. Maybe I am watching too many movies, but it seems like everybody groups here, they make a plan, and by now they should have been way up here already.
Well, yeah, they should have made a little group and went in formation down the hallway, turned down that hallway down there, and got to a window. And the first one that had a shot through the window, take it. Or one open the door and then 5 people storm in there. I mean, I'm probably right there with you too, watching too many movies. But it's I don't know.
Yeah,
I want to say it's a common sense situation, but there's training involved here.
And I know that the movies make it look,
Easy.
Hollywood makes it look like, oh, it's easy.
Yeah.
You guys, blah, 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 you're okay. Let's go. Do it. And then, it's over, right?
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of a common sense situation, but there's training involved, and these officers obviously been trained, but they're just not utilizing their training.
I don't know. Perhaps, when they do active shooter training at your job or at a school, you know what? Perhaps it's too soft. I mean, perhaps you need a real, maybe with paintballs or something, and like real situations. Okay, now we got a body cam up. Officer Garza.
Wow, look at the color difference.
Yeah.
Obviously, the body cam's a better quality camera.
Oh man. For what's going on, there's too many people just standing around.
Oh, absolutely. And to get back to what the training thing, I watched a movie where they did live shooter training in a school, and they did not tell the teachers or anything that it was a training session, and everybody thought that it was free. They had cops come in, and they were running through the hallways, firing guns with blanks in them to scare people, and some of the kids were just so traumatized over the situation, they refused to go back to school. And I get it. I would be too if I was a child in that situation. I'd be traumatized. Would never want to go back to school. I get it.
I mean, if you want to do like a real life simulation, I mean, leave the kids at home. No, there's no class Thursday and Friday, and only have teachers, and they're in on it. Kind of, they know what's going to happen, and you have to make it realistic.
And it should be realistic to a certain extent.
At the airport, we have those emergency the training on the emergency disaster if a plane crash or something. And we had those, and I know everybody's standing around laughing. I'll lay down, my leg's broken, kind of laughing it off. But I mean, obviously nothing compares to the real thing.
Right. Are we inching closer to that hallway? Or no? Oh, that must be at the other end of the hallway.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Because I'm going to take a wild guess. At this point, they don't even know where the shooter is.
I'm right there with you. But, we've heard that from the 911 calls and the other news that on the day of, that children were calling 911 saying that we're in room 11. We're in room 11. So you would think that somebody would relay that information.
If that dude's just a security guard, this guy, right? This guy next to him over here, this guy?
Yeah, I think so.
If he's just like general school security, he's not armed, get him out of there. Just go away. I mean, it's almost like if they expect him to come out running. Oh, that's these guys right here. Yeah, that's these guys right here.
Yep.
Gone racing. Yeah, that's what pisses me off. Everybody just standing around. At this point, I would say, screw jurisdiction. We got to do something. And
I'm right there with you.
Like I said, they should have been way up here already. I mean, what's going to happen from here to here? Nothing. Unless their only plan is to run out of there if they get fired upon. They got easy exits right here, but 20 minutes ago, they should have been right up here. And then a few minutes later, then they should have been right up here, going down that hallway. I didn't see anyone go down that hallway yet. Just make this left turn right up here.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody either. I mean, it seems like they're just standing around having fucking coffee hour.
And I'm sure that's not it. But there was definitely a lack of leadership. I mean, nobody stepped up and said, yo, what are we doing here? Where's the shooter? Well, I don't know. Why don't we know? Like, come on, man.
I can't get over this formation down here in the right-hand corner with the three long guns right there. I mean, there's going to be some deaf people here.
One right here, this little triangle right here.
That state trooper, if those other two guys shoot those guns, he is going to be hurting for a while. I mean, even when I wear my ear protection when I'm at the range, I mean, my ears hurt for a while.
Yeah, when I first started shooting, I bought these cheapy headset covers, ear protection. Yeah, it was no good. I returned them. I'm like, these suck. And so I had to spend more money on better ear protection. I can imagine that firing right by your head. And not just one shot. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of rounds fired in that whole little area right here.
Oh, yeah.
That sound is going to bounce everywhere.
Well, yeah, and then we're in such a small, confined space. And it's going to be so many echoes and probably 5 times the actual sound of what it is.
Where the hell's Tommy Lee Jones in this situation? Damn it.
We don't need Tommy Lee Jones. Samuel L. Jackson, he'll get it done.
I know, and I know we joked about it, but you think it'd be like in the movies, but this is not even. This is so disorganized. I'll bet it's more organized when they do it on film. It would seem like it is more communication. That's the problem here. Nobody's stepping up to take charge.
Yeah,
at least from what we've seen.
I mean, I remember the day of the shooting. I think we did a show the day of the shooting.
Yeah, I think so.
And I said then that there's going to be some lawsuits filed.
Yeah, I'm trying not to put it too loud. It's noisy in its own way, but you can't make out what they're saying. Smoke canisters. You see that here? I don't know if they're flash bombs or just smoke. That's what those cans are here.
They could be percussion grenades.
Yeah. See, and that's rough too. Being on the outside, you're on the bright outside looking into a window.
I have a feeling with all the school shootings that have been happening lately, when they build new schools, they're going to have like panic rooms inside school classrooms.
Yeah, Janie, I was wondering too if there was another camera, another hallway camera on the other end or not at the other intersection. You think there would be? Maybe there is, but they're not.
Yeah, they don't. This is the only one I've seen that they've shown.
All right, let me pause for a minute. Somebody was asking about Vanessa in court. So she originally had court set up for March 18th. And then a few days ago, earlier in the week, there was a motion to postpone until sometime in May. And that motion to postpone was actually agreed upon by both parties, the prosecution and the defense. But as of today, I have a good source, a legitimate source, that says that has not been ruled upon yet. So the judge hasn't approved it, nor has he not approved it. And if it's anything like what we've seen before, we may not know anything until the day of. And then they'll say, yeah, we're going to move it to May. So apparently they wanted to move it to May at some point. So it's not far away. And the reason for it, not sure. But yeah, so right now it's kind of in limbo. And we'll see if anything else comes up regarding that on Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, I hate to think about it, but you have to believe that some of the victims were alive, just bleeding out, and I mean, so much time going by. Who knows how many we could have saved? Again, it's just speculation. We'll find out at some point when these actual reports start to come out. But as you can see, I mean, it took so long to get this video out. It's not something that they're, in a hurry to get out.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not pleasant to watch or listen to. I mean, granted, there is no blood or gore or anything, but it's not pleasant to watch or listen to, especially when the gunshots start.
Yeah, because even though you don't see it, you know what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what happened. All right, let's watch this guy right there. He's just walking in. He's going to come in on the right here. No, that's the sheriff.
Now, Luna, the audio is a mumble mess.
Yeah. I'm not even sure which is, unless there's a microphone on this main camera up here.
I think it's the school camera that has the microphone.
They're asking about a master key. They're asking about a master key. So it looks like they're having trouble getting into something somewhere.
Well, the principal, janitor would have that, vice principal. I don't think too many teachers would have a master key.
I wonder if they even realize that he shot, 120 rounds already before they even walked in there. And that there are, 19
More shots.
Yeah.
Oh, now we decide we're moving.
Now, you know what you do for sure? You put a freaking camera in every single classroom. Every single classroom.
All of our classrooms up here have cameras on them.
Dude's in his flip-flops. Did you see that?
Well, he's on vacation or a day off or something.
He's in his flip-flops.
That might be the one that came to because his kid goes to the school. Might be that one. Did you remember hearing that an officer came because his kid was at the school?
See this dude down here with the helmet?
Yeah.
He should be in the front of the line if you got a helmet.
I'm willing to bet that this video makes it into a lot of police districts for training, saying this is not how to handle a situation.
So I wonder if that's BP Tech. When these guys arrive, it seems like everything now started. Everybody's moving around a lot quicker. The guys in a camo.
Yeah.
How much time has passed? Somebody's asking Katie. It's we are 56 minutes in. So I'm gonna say it's close to about an hour if you take away the time from when he crashed into the ditch and then walked to the parking lot. He shot at the school from the parking lot before he went in. Somewhere in the 4 to 7 minutes. I'd say it's just under an hour from when he actually walked in. You know, for some reason that bothers me. That dude with the flip-flops, with the sandals.
Yeah. You knew you were coming to a active shooter situation. You could have dressed a little better.
Yeah, take the 30 seconds extra to put your damn shoes on or boots or whatever. Same thing bothers me when people go flying and they wear their flip-flops on an airplane. Yeah. Not a good idea.
Well, yeah, you're in a small confined area and you have stinky feet. We don't want to smell your feet.
No, besides that, if there's an emergency landing and you got to get off and there's a wreck, God forbid, like the other last week, 2 weeks ago in Miami, that plane caught fire on a hard landing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now you got to run across that field. You got to get off the airplane in a hurry. You got to run. There's going to be debris. You're going to step on stuff. You want to be barefoot in your flip-flops? Don't wear flip-flops when you go fly. Put on shoes.
And don't wear high heels on a soggy lawn.
Bam and I worked for the airline. We know what that's like. I know you want to be all comfortable, but it's not good practice. And this dude, or see him on the left over here? I don't know what his role is. He was hiding on the other side over here where this guy is. He was hiding here behind the wall. Now he's over here hiding behind the wall. Dude's got a vest and a helmet.
Yeah, I couldn't begin to guess. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I think you guys are talking about the shoes. Heels either on an airplane. Unless you can, I don't know. I'm just saying. Pair of athletic shoes, gym shoes, wear that. If you got to wear heels at the airport, you know, they have a meeting right after, you know, put them in your bag so you can swap out once you get off your flight. But you want a shoe that's not going to fall off your foot, especially if you got to run across a debris field and metal and glass everywhere. Fire, oil, gasoline. Martha, yeah, I'm sure they were the first few that arrived. I know they were scared. I mean, they were hesitant to move up even to this line here, to this wall. Yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't be yet, and I don't claim to know how they feel, but I'm guessing, educated guess, all right? Educated opinion is that a lot of these guys who just showed up, there hasn't been any gunfire for a long time. They think the threat is somewhat
over,
squashed, or at least temporarily, or maybe he's hiding or he's injured. They don't know. So if you don't hear gunshots, you're a little more, well, nothing's going on. It's quiet, right? So maybe everybody just decided to chill a little too much. Because at this point, I don't know that they know where the guy is.
I mean, it's nice to see a lot of people down there at that other hallway now.
And I don't mean to criticize, because I don't know what their tactics are, or what's going through their mind, but you got 20 or 30 people in there right now. I don't know. I guess I don't understand. Yeah, Brandon. I think she was here a minute ago.
Oh, we got a runner.
I know, Katie. That's a good way to put it. It's like, we think we know what should have happened, or we think we know what they should have done, and maybe we're not wrong. They just had a lot of miscommunication, and nobody stepping up to the plate as a point of contact. Who's the guy in charge right now? In the airline business, there's some kind of disaster or security concern. Who's the PIC, person in control? This dude here on the left, I don't know. He should give his helmet to someone who might actually use it. He looks like he's trying to hold up the wall. Well, we're getting close to wrapping up, so something will be happening in the next few minutes. I just heard him asking if anybody else here. It's like, looks like everybody's there.
It does kind of look like everybody's there.
You hear? Did you hear that? We're like an hour in, and now the call comes out. We have SWAT on their way.
Yeah, they moving just a little too quick for me.
Are you talking about this guy here? So, did you catch that, Bam?
What?
This guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's his daughter was killed. One of the kids killed there.
Okay.
I mean, that's why he's looks like he wanted to go over there, and this guy's holding him back. So, kind of holding him back.
Okay, but we don't know who's killed and who's not killed yet.
Right.
But I get why he's holding him back, because his emotions are going, I got to
Yep.
save my kid.
Yep.
He's emotionally compromised at this point. He shouldn't even be there. They needed to remove him from this situation completely.
Yeah. I don't know, man. If I knew my kid was there, I'd be, you know what? Get your hand off me. I'm going in that room. I don't care.
Well, and you know, it just blows me away that they waited over an hour before anything was done. And that's, I'm sure, the main point of the lawsuit on the city's part.
I mean, the point of the body armor is that if you do come face to face with an active shooter, I mean, it does no good. You're hiding behind walls over here 100 feet away, 200 feet away. I know I'm just talking out of my ass right now, but I can't. Maybe I have watched too many movies, you know?
Well, me too.
Or this is a very bad one right here.
Yes, it is. This is a bad scenario, bad planning, bad training, bad everything here.
So there's about 8 minutes left. I'm assuming we're going to hear some gunshots pretty soon or something, some kind of activity going on.
There's a stretcher. All right. Looks like there's going to be some action.
Oh, he came back. I saw this officer take off down the hallway, but I didn't see him when he came back.
Yeah, he came back.
Man, I don't, what's with the rubber gloves? If it's COVID, whatever, really, at this point, I'd be more worried about what's going on in there. Forget the freaking gloves. Well, I'm assuming. Well, hold on. I don't want to get into it too much. This is going to wrap up pretty soon. I don't know if it's going to be like a Hollywood kind of a thing where there's going to be a barrage of gunfire and then stops, or what happens.
I don't know. I can't remember. I didn't watch the end. It just blows me away that all these guys are here and not one of them did anything in over an hour. It's mind-boggling.
I mean, the only thing I'm going to say is we don't know what's going on way up here. But yeah, I mean, it's not a good look when you got 20 or 30 officers.
Or more.
Different kinds.
We don't even know how many's outside.
Yeah, and it just seems like they're all standing around. Maybe it's safe to assume everyone wearing the gloves is medical. I guess that would make sense.
This guy's holding this guy by that strap on his shoulder there.
Yeah.
What the hell are you, traffic director?
Well, I mean, he could be kind of. Oh, hold on.
Everybody heads up.
Two minutes left on this thing. All right. Well, he's got the scope on around his neck, stethoscope. So I'm assuming he's obviously maybe setting up for a triage area or something.
And there it's over.
Yep. Yep. I know they blocked somebody. They blurred somebody out way at the end. What? I don't know. Any additional thoughts other than what the obvious stuff that we already went over?
They ended the shooter's existence, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out who they were blurring out there at the end. Because obviously it wasn't the shooter.
No. Some kind of law enforcement. They were blocking maybe to block the identity. So,
of the person that did it?
The actual
that could be
law enforcement officer who shot. But
that could
man, excruciating the wait, the standing around. My first thoughts on this when I talked about this was that he killed in those first 2 or 3 minutes that he was inside. The first 5 minutes, that's the bulk of the damage.
Yeah, and I mean, in that 145-second little clip, I counted over 30 shots that the shooter did from beginning to when the shooter actually stopped shooting. If I had to guess, because I didn't count all of them, I just counted that in that like 45-second clip. If I had to guess, I'd say he shot close to 100, if not 110 rounds.
Yeah, it was estimated he spent 119, 122 rounds, something like that.
Wow.
So this was the very beginning. Welcome, everyone. We got some more people joining us. I don't know if you caught the beginning or how much of this you actually caught. I mean, we're just going to skim through it right now. I'm not going to play the entire video.
Yeah, so 2 rounds here at the funeral with these 2 guys at the crash.
So, yeah. See the pickup truck right up here. Goes into a ditch. He obviously was not a good driver or lost control or who knows what the heck he was trying to do. Maybe he didn't know there was a ditch there, but that's his neighborhood. That's where he went to school. We think he knew the ditch was there.
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
So that happens. There was a wreck. Somebody at the funeral home. This is a funeral home here. And these 2 guys from the funeral home, workers there, they come out and go, whoa, there's a wreck. Let's go see if we can help. And they're heading over there. They don't know anything.
I don't even think they get to the grass area before that guy starts shooting at them.
No, it's about the middle of the street or just past it. So right now they start taking fire right about now.
Yeah, so pretty much right at the grassy area.
Boom, there's one shot. Now they're running.
And that guy trips.
Yeah, he tripped. He didn't get shot. He just fell. He was trying to get out of there so fast. Might have even left a shoe behind.
It does kind of look like it.
Right?
Yeah, there's a little something there.
So, you know what? I'll time it on a different night, but I'm going to time it to see how long it took from the crash. And he's over here walking across the field. He just got onto the areas. He's going to jump the fence. He just threw a bag over.
that would be his stuff.
There, now he's over the fence, picking up his bag, and now he's continuing to walk. And we'll get the red arrow here in a second. There he is, yeah. Different angles from the funeral home, the back of the funeral home, or the side of it, I should say. Catches the shooter
Could be
walking
the front.
across the, yeah, or the front. Maybe it is the front. And he's going across the street, across the field. And then he finally reaches the parking lot. And it seems like, okay, he's over here. It seems like he kind of sets up shop right behind that white vehicle. And then he starts firing at the school because in a moment, the audio kicks in of the teacher, a teacher in the classroom yelling at the kids to
get in the classroom, like she screams like 6 or 7 times.
Now, keep in mind, everyone, and not because it's graphic visually, but the sounds, they can be disturbing. Okay, it sounds like she was on the phone with somebody, telling them what's going on. So at this point, the shooter is still right here.
Well, those are gunshots right there.
Get in the room! Get in the room! Get in the room! Get in the room!
Can't see where he's at. I don't know if he's here somewhere, maybe. Oh. What's going on there? Oh, he's already at this. Yeah, okay. All right. So let me do this. Let me do this real quick. That's him. That's the. Now look at this guy here. So we're just about a minute in from when he enters the door, and there's already been 50 shots fired, 50 or 60.
Yeah, a little series of 3 right there. That was from a handgun.
And not to get too graphic or detailed, but that sounds like he's aiming and shooting.
Yeah, it's a handgun.
Yeah.
Those were the ones I were counting. I couldn't count the other ones because there's too much of an echo or
Right.
or
Yeah.
it was shooting too fast.
So now we're at the 2-minute mark. That set was about 24, 25 rounds, between 22 and 24. See, that's where you go in there all the way in and freaking gung ho, man, and try to end it right there.
That's what they should have done. One, two, three, four, five. 3, 4, 5. There's 7 cops right there.
So there's some more shooting that goes on because all those cop officers that went down there, they retreat back. So that barrage of shooting, I imagine, was at law enforcement. So 4.5 minutes in right now. So I'm not going to play the whole video all over again. Unless those who just came in, if you haven't seen it, I suppose I can leave it. Bam! If you had a split at any time, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little groggy-eyed. Besides, I don't know if I can handle this again.
Yeah.
It's a disturbing video. It really is. And I'm not saying because of the blood and gore, because you're not going to see any of it. It's the shooting and the knowing of what happened.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes in, and if I remember correctly, there's no more gunshots at this point.
No, there wasn't anything until like the last 40 seconds.
Right, way at the end.
It's just a bunch of cops. You sit around watching a bunch of cops. To me, it looks like trying to figure out what the F they're doing, and who brought the coffee, pretty much.
That's what it looked like. Most likely they're waiting for an official, somebody to say breach, go in or whatever. I'm using a Hollywood term. I don't know if that's a real term. I know what it means. I just don't know if that's the lingo that they actually use. But you'll see this, and you'll see more officers come around, and it's just a bad look. Everybody's standing around.
Well,
a lot of some of these guys who are here right now, they heard the gunshots as they were coming in. The shooter was shooting.
Well, and even after all of this, and the cops are sitting there talking about their timelines after the shooting, and it was all done and over with, and the cleared out the school and everything. The cops Somebody was talking about their timeline. One of them got up there and said, "That's not our policy. We do not sit and wait for authorization to go in. You have an active shooter, you take control of the situation. You get in there, do what you need to do."
Yeah, and somebody who was interviewed, and I couldn't tell you who it was, but I'm pretty sure it was law enforcement. They said they asked if they should go in and move forward, and they were told no, to wait.
I remember that part of the interview too.
I mean, again, and I don't mean to. All right, everybody. I think that's where I'm gonna end this broadcast. There's no need to go and watch any more of that. The bulk of everything we did has already been played. So anyway, just something for you guys to discuss. Oh my God! See, everyone watched 77 minutes on YouTube shows the shooter walking in. Yeah, we just saw the shooter walk in a few minutes ago on this thing also, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any documentaries on Uvalde at all. I'm gonna check out the one that was posted earlier. It's a free trial to Docurama. I think that's the name of the app, Docurama. You can see it through or by way of Prime Video, Amazon Prime Video. If you have an account there, you can see that. And there's a couple. They talked to the guy who made the documentary, 77 minutes, Surviving Uvalde. And, but yeah, just stuff to talk about. Your opinions are, always welcome. And what do you think they should have done? What do you think went wrong? But we will leave it at that for right now. It's been over the 2-hour mark already, so I need to crash and be up at like 3:30 in the morning. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for joining me tonight. And I'll talk to Bam over the weekend, see if we come back on maybe tomorrow night or something. All right. Appreciate you all. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.